Hello everyone and welcome to EDMU 520. So our first class falls on a holiday. So I'm going to create this video just to kind of walk you through the course and show you some of the things that I would have during our first Adobe Connect session so we can kind of hit the ground running in week 2. So this is our course. This is a course information tab. Please spend time and go through all of the information under the course information tab. You see my contact information up here. I'm Dr. Nicole Schneider. I am full-time faculty here at Brandman. I oversee multiple campuses, but I live closest to the Riverside campus. I have office hours there, but I can also do office hours via Adobe Connect. This is the link right here to get into our Adobe Connect session, so it's right there every week when you need it. So Mondays from 7 to 8. This is a little bit of information about me. There's a course syllabus should you need it. And then this is other information that I want you to go through, but I'm not going to talk about every single thing in the course. But I think the course at a glance is one of the most important things. I would maybe print that out, hang it up somewhere. It goes through week by week what we're doing. Let me get rid of that. Another important thing is the assignments and point sheet. Just lets you know what's due each week. It's kind of nice to have. So you might want to print those out. Our textbooks are listed there. And then I want to bring your attention to this video. I made it, so it's not anything like professional, but we use a lot of Google Docs in Blackboard, and your Brandman account allows you to access Google Docs. It's actually a Google email account. So when you are using Brandman and you're using the Google Docs and you're using anything in Blackboard, please use your Brandman account. You might have another Gmail account through work or just your personal one, but sometimes that messes things up because we can't always share things across institutions. So please use your Brandman account when you're logging into Blackboard and Google. Please watch this video. This video shows you how to use Google Docs and Blackboard, and I promise you it will prevent a lot of frustration on both your end and my end, and it will answer a lot of questions that you have. So that's your assignment, is to watch this video, and then if you want credit for Monday night's class, you have to email me and just let me know that you have watched the Google Doc video. And then you will get your participation points for this week. Okay? Just a reminder, I'll say it again. Watch this short video. It's like less than 5 minutes because it's so important that you know how to manipulate and use the Google Docs and Blackboard. Send me a quick email letting me know that you have watched it. That's it. You don't have to tell me about the video. Just tell me that you've watched it. And then promise that you watch it. Okay, there's other information that I encourage you to look at. All right, moving along. The announcement tab is important. 99.9% of the time, I will also email the announcements to you, but do check them. I send announcements usually every week. A lot of times it's suggestions or tips or just something to help you. Maybe it's a resource that I found that I think that might help you. I often give sample assignments, and I know we always like those. So check the announcements. All right. I'm going to jump to week 1 this week. So every week you have these tabs, learning activities, assignments. This week is an extra tab. You have an introduction wiki, so you'll log in or just click on that. It's really easy. You're just introducing yourself, answering a couple of questions just so we know who else is in the class. And then your assignments. So let's click on the assignments. Every week you'll have a journal. People always say, well, how long does a journal have to be? Well, this is a graduate level course, so I expect graduate level work. Do I want APA and citations and all that? No, I don't. Just answer the questions, usually 2 to 3 paragraphs per number. That's what is usually a substantial response, and it really depends on the question. But today, this week there's 2 questions, so, I would say the average is like 2 good paragraphs per number. But again, you guys are graduate students. You've done this before. Just turn in quality work. Make sure you answer the question. The discussion, you'll have a discussion each week. We have a new rubric this term that we're just rolling out, and we're really looking at quality. We don't want the discussions just become busy work. We really want them to be a little richer, more interactive. This is your chance to discuss things with your classmates. So you will get points for your initial response, and initial responses are always due by Wednesday at midnight. And then you also get points for quality responses to others. So each week you should have a total of 3 posts. So 1 initial response, and then 2 posts to your classmates. Now you can do more than that, certainly, but you're not going to get extra credit. So, it's 3 is the minimum. The first week, I'm not crazy about taking off late points or anything like that, but starting week 2, I will deduct points for late posts. And what's nice about 520 is that's it for week 1. You don't have a big assignment due. Usually you have journal, discussion, plus an assignment. So this course kind of eases you into it, gives you a little bit of time to get your textbooks and get situated and get your feet wet, because there's certainly a lot of reading, right? So, all right, now I want to go over a couple of the bigger assignments in the course. One is the tutoring project. You'll have a tutoring project in many of your methods courses. I know there's one in this one, obviously, and then there's a bigger one in the next class in 521, which I'm also teaching, so hopefully you guys can just follow me into 521 in fall 2. And then I think there's one in the math as well, where you have to do a tutoring. So let's click on, the tutoring project just to take a look at it. You're going to be working with a student in kindergarten to 3rd grade who's struggling in reading. So you can find a student through, a teacher friend. Maybe you work in a school. Doesn't have to be through a school. You could also tutor your neighbor's son. You could tutor a child that you know through church. What you can't do is tutor your own kids or family members. So, and they have to be K3, and they have to be struggling in reading. It can be an English learner. It can also be a student with an IEP, as long as they are working towards reading standards. In other words, more than like social skills. So a lot of times we can work with a mild mod student, but mod severe doesn't always work with this assignment. All right. And that explains it here. I would read this from beginning to end and really help you out. So read all of this. I don't want to read all of it to you. You're perfectly capable, but there's different assignments due. The first one is, I believe it's week 5. And I'm going to show you how to administer the assessments. So your whole idea is here, you find a student. You interview the teacher and the student to kind of get some background information on the student. And then you assess the student using one of our reading assessments. And then you analyze that and come up with a plan. And that's the 2T, yeah, that's a word, 2T background information and action plan form. So you'll fill that out, and that's kind of where it's almost like your blueprint, where you're setting up your goals and your action plan of what you're going to do. And then you're going to teach 3 lessons to this student. All right, and then after that, you will kind of write a reflection on how that went, and did you see any growth? What happened? And there's a lot of questions here that you can answer. So this is kind of a shortened version of a larger tutoring assignment that you'll do in 521. So this kind of just gets you used to it, gets you out there, gets you a little bit of practice tutoring one-on-one, because it can be a little nerve-wracking. You're like, don't want to ruin them. Don't worry, you won't. So I will help you with this as we go along, but I just want you to start thinking about who you might be able to tutor. All right, another assignment, I believe it starts in week 2. Let's see. Yes. You are creating your own study guide for the RECA, and you are using Google Slides to do that. And it's important to use Google Slides. It's also important to use your Brandman account when you are starting this Google Slide project so that I can view it. This assignment begins in 520 and it continues through 521 so that you get through all of the competencies for the RECA. And we'll talk about the RECA a lot, but let's look at this assignment. So I believe in 520, let's see, it goes through week 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this aligns with your Zerillo RECA textbook. So I believe there are 15 competencies for the RECA. And so you'll do some, you go up to 9 here in 520, and then you finish in 521. But for each week, you're only submitting 2 to 3 slides. So that's 2 to 3 slides each week, not for each separate topic. I really need you to be concise. You're creating a study guide. You don't want to create your own textbook, right? So I give you some ideas on what to include on your slide. A lot of this information you can get in your Zerillo book. You can also get it from your other Cecil book. All right, and then the other important thing is use this, you're building on the same slide presentation. You're not creating a new presentation each week. That doesn't make sense. So by the end of 521, you'll have, I don't know how many slides, like 20 to 30 slides that you can study for the RECA. Okay? And again, because we're working in Google, you'll have to send me the link so that I can assess it each week that it's due. This is where that little tutorial under course information tab comes in handy. How do you do that? Make sure you look at that video and it will show you how to do it. Okay? But this is like a little kind of assignment going on in the background because you will have other assignments on top of that. But this is really helpful. I've heard from a lot of students that they're really appreciative of this assignment because they have something to study for the RECA from. All right. So one other assignment that I want you to start kind of thinking about is in, let's see, is it week 5? No, gosh, maybe week 6. If not, it's week 4. It's been a while. Darn it. It must be week 4. It's because I'm on the summer lull here. Okay, it is week 4. In week 4, you have a phonics lesson observation due. What you need to do, just that. You're going in and observing a phonics lesson. So start planning that. Start finding a teacher. It needs to be a K-3 teacher, and they need to be teaching a phonics lesson that address phonics standards. It doesn't have to be super long. A lot of times phonics lessons are between 15 and 20 minutes. It can be longer, but they're usually pretty short. And then you'll be filling out this form based on your observation. So it's not due until week 4, but again, it's something that needs some advanced planning. So you want to start thinking about that. All right. I believe those are kind of the bigger assignments. There's some other assignments, obviously, each week, but those don't require that much advanced planning. But I wanted to bring those to your attention. So for this week, Remember to get the points for participation. You are watching the Google Docs and Blackboard video and emailing me that you have watched it. And then you're working on week 1's assignments. You're getting that discussion question in by Wednesday. You can fill out that introduction wiki, and then the journal is due on Sunday. All other assignments, including your responses to the discussion board, are due Sundays. Okay? Unless we're writing an academic essay, a research paper of some kind, I am not a huge stickler on APA. That being said, I am a huge stickler on copying and pasting from the internet or from your textbook. So if you're doing your journals or you're doing discussions, don't copy and paste. It needs to be your own work. If you are using a quote, then yes, you will have to cite it. But if you're just summarizing the text, or summarizing something from the text in your own words, I don't feel the need to make a reference page and all that. So for journals or for discussions. And I don't think we have any, research writing in this class. So don't worry too much about APA. Academic writing is a different topic. Yes, I do expect graduate level academic writing. So just edit your papers. Make sure you've checked for spelling and, it's quality work. All right, guys, I kind of think that's it for week 1. We will start week 2 and we'll get going with that. But this weekend is Labor Day weekend, and I'm actually going camping this weekend. I'll be back Monday afternoon, but I don't know how much access to internet I will have. I will have my phone with me, of course, so I do get emails through my phone. But if you have a burning question, you can also text me. My information is on that course information tab. I don't mind texts. If it's something short and you want to answer quickly, a text is totally fine, and that's my cell phone number right there. Just don't text super early or super late, and that would be great. All right, you guys, we're going to do this. Have a great week, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.